Hey, what's up, AfterBuzzers? I'm your host, Angel. Tonight we're talking Season 10, Episode 6, Baby Breezes and Bad News. Tonight we're talking Vacation Slay. Also, Thanksgiving may be over, but these girls are bringing a roast. The AfterBuzz show starts now.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz.
Oh, God. Hey, I'm so happy that we're finally all back, and we missed each other so much that we all have on gray tonight. Shades of gray. Yes. Not 50 shades of gray, just three.
Just 3 shades of gray.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
But aside from us wearing the gray and matching, we also have in common that tonight we were all stuck in crazy traffic.
Yes.
But that's LA for you. But we are finally back tonight. Welcome back. We've got Bree from Jersey, you know, our resident
Jersey girl.
We also have Russell in the building. He was with us last season,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we hope he stays forever.
I'm always going to be.
Now, what did you guys think of the episode tonight?
Oh gosh, I was drained at the end of
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, because when they ended with Teresa and the girls, it was really hard to watch.
That part was sad.
Yeah.
Look, I'm excited for the fact that we got some tea on this episode, and that there's actual
Danielle.
yes, and there's actual played out drama
Yeah.
in real time versus there being a cliffhanger and Andy leaving us for next week. You know how Andy does that sometimes.
He loves it.
I love this episode because I feel like we got so many different things. Like last week, it was pretty much just the vacation. Like today, we got the vacation. We got the girls back home. We got the drama with Joe.
Yes.
So I feel like we really got a lot of different layers and a lot of things to talk about tonight, which brings us to our first topic of the roast. And honestly, it went a whole lot better than I thought it was going to go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about that roast?
Well, when I was doing the tweets today, I saw a lot of people saying that Jennifer wasn't that great, but I thought she did an amazing
thought she did
job.
good.
So when it comes to her actual impressions, I don't think her impressions were all that good. Like, have
You
y'all?
don't?
Yeah.
I thought the stuff that she said, okay, match. Like, I was able to figure out who she was talking about before she said it, and before like the producers cut to clips of them actually doing it. I was like, oh, I already know who that is. But when we're talking about actual impressions, have y'all ever seen a girl that talks like Beyonce, Jade Nova? She's amazing. Jennifer.
I caught it because of her accent.
Yeah.
I feel like the stuff she was saying was weak, but the accent was so dope.
I thought her Margaret was spot on.
Yeah.
Like, out of all the impressions that she did, Margaret was spot on. And even Margaret had a crack up on that one.
Yeah.
They all pretty much did. Well, Jackie, to me, looked a little bit uneasy when she first was talking about the food thing, but then eventually started laughing. But I was like, I think Jackie...
Go ahead.
Jackie felt away, and I think Dolores. I don't know if Dolores felt away, but I thought that she would. How Jennifer was like, yeah, I have 2 men, but I'm always alone. I'm like, I know. I was like, whoa.
But the thing is, we know that Dolores has thick skin, and so.
Yeah.
But we know you know that Dolores will say, I don't appreciate that. Maybe not at that moment, but in her commentary, I think she would have said it.
She's like, no, I don't appreciate that, Jackie.
You sound like her. If someone was doing a roast of you guys, what do you think they would say?
Oh, God. I think they would impersonate my laugh. I think they would talk with their hands a lot. I think they would be super dramatic and loud.
Okay.
I don't know what people impersonate me like.
You're acting like Melissa Perfect.
I have a lot of facial expressions, so someone would probably get my facial expressions.
I am super childish, as y'all know.
Yes.
Before the camera started
Roll back
rolling,
the tape.
right? Like, I might not always act like it on camera, or if you look at like my feed on Instagram, I might like not look goofy, but before these cameras was rolling, Bree was looking like, get me out of here.
Because you know what? I'm so used to it from dating #NoFilter.
Yeah, we did our other
so it's
show.
like in one ear, out the other at this point.
So I think if someone was roasting me, they'd just be super like over the top and childish and just like weird too. Yeah.
A little awkward. I feel it. Me too. Yeah, I feel it.
Yeah. We also feel our fans because they tune in weekly.
Absolutely. We feel our fans so much that we have to take a minute to thank you guys so much for making us, the ESPN of TV Talk. Yes, we're talking about here at AfterBuzz Studios. Thank you so much for tuning in every week and being so faithful and just dedicated. We love to hear from you guys, so make sure you comment. Let us know what you love about us, what you think that we might need to improve on. Also, subscribe and like, give us thumbs up. Make sure you rate us on iTunes. Only 5 stars, only 5 stars.
Always.
Always.
And always.
And also, make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. So thank you guys so much. We really appreciate you.
Yeah, and we for real love it when y'all hop in the comments because like we're as you can see, they are on their laptop. So they'll they'll be in the chat and shout you out, join in on a conversation.
Shady Booty just came on.
Add your 2 cents. What you say? Shady Booty?
Shady Booty.
Shady Booty.
Shout out to Shady Booty.
I like it. I actually do like that name.
I love it.
I also love the drama between Danielle and Marty because the girls were so like nosy and like all up in their drama, but I mean, you gotta be because Danielle, she's a character.
But Teresa, I don't know why Teresa was acting like she doesn't know why Danielle was mad that she brought it up to the girls. She knows Danielle's not cool with any of them.
Yeah, like how I say I'm weird, that's a different type of weird than Teresa because Teresa's like in denial weird. She's just like, why don't you catch on weird? Like, I don't understand like the wheels in her brain and are they turning?
Danielle, are you mad that I brought it up to the girls?
Right.
Like, duh.
Yes. She don't like you.
Joe said it takes maybe 12 hours for her to comprehend things. So
I'm really starting to see that.
Yeah.
Yes. She's a little delayed.
The next day she's going to be like, ow.
Oh, that's what she meant.
Joe, I don't even know. Joe, she's not talking to me. That's her fault.
Margaret, that's what you meant?
Oh, she doesn't like them. Oh, yeah. Like, duh. I don't know. She kind of talks like Lois from Family Guy.
You know
With
what?
the Peter.
Going back to season 2 and season 1s 2 and 3, Caroline always dogged her for being slow. Like Teresa can't pronounce words.
Oh yeah.
She can't connect the dots sometimes. I mean, she namaste, but she's really not here to stay and know everything because she's slow.
So do you guys believe Danielle, like that she had sex with Marty, or do you guys think she's lying?
I think so. I think she did.
Especially if they're living in the same house.
And she's trying to get the house, and she has this magical.
Vagina.
If that everyone claims she's had all these engagements and relationships and things. I think for sure when it comes down to a $2 million house and he's your ex, like it's already someone she's comfortable with. Like I think she for sure did it to try to do that, and he probably still was like no, or like
really?
I don't
You think he said no? So you don't think that they
I
had sex?
personally
No, like you can't get the house.
Oh.
I personally think that Marty was like, this is so bad to say.
He's gonna do it because he's
He
a
was
man.
gonna hit it and quit it,
Yeah.
and then he was gonna go tell everybody about it. Like, oh, Danielle was still all about this, and she's on her next engagement. And first of all, let's talk about that for a second. Why would you become engaged to somebody that's living in another person's home?
I mean,
a Dolores.
Look at Dolores.
Dolores isn't engaged though.
Still, I mean, you
So
never
Marty
gonna get engaged. I never would
David.
even go that far with somebody. Like, you're not gonna get engagement or a committed relationship from you. You living with your ex.
But Dolores doesn't
Dude,
have
don't have me
Danielle's
going
vagina.
Oh,
Dang.
That's the thing.
Dolores, did you hear this?
Let's
you don't have
be real.
Danielle's vagina. You know
That's
what?
a
We
fight.
need to hear you.
She's on engagement. What number? Dolores has been married once. Well, that's all I'm saying. I mean, granted, Danielle can't keep them, but Dolores got 2 men that she can't keep.
Dolores, him and JJ.
saying.
No, I need Danielle to write a book for real because, I mean, sex is great and all, but the things that she's getting and like the amount of men she's had, first of all, I don't know why you want that many men, but I don't know. Like, please drop
Maybe
the book,
she's talking to
sis.
Candy from Atlanta, and she's doing Candy Coated Dreams or something.
I hope so.
Candy Coated Nights? Is
You
that
know,
what it's
no,
called?
that Candy Coated Nights. That
Yeah.
would be like a good thing because they're both Real Housewives.
Yeah.
And Candy does have that thing. Bring her on the dungeon tour. Let her get on stage.
Don't
do a
bring
little
Danielle on the
sexy
dungeon
dance.
tour. We saw her do her burlesque dance, and it was terrible. I'm
Have her
sorry.
as the opener. No, that'd
Oh.
be funny.
Definitely the opener, not the closer, because no one
Have
wants
her
to see
as
a
the
bad
closer.
closer.
But in all seriousness, I think that Danielle really vies for a lot of men because she doesn't love herself.
Well, yeah.
And I feel like that's why she's such a sensitive person and she's always on the defense. And it's easy to say, oh yeah, she's had how many men and she's, you know, she does this and uses them and does that. But at the end of the day, Danielle is just a sad woman.
I think that's a really good point, because anybody who seeks out attention from other people that much and can't enjoy their own company, that means that you're a lonely person.
Absolutely.
Because if you can't sit in a room by yourself and have a good day, then you really have to look within and see what's really going on.
Exactly.
I just honestly have no clue how you even like that many people. Or maybe she doesn't like them. Maybe she's just using them to, you know, have this type of lifestyle. But that's a lot of men.
Because
like,
she's looking for love within herself through other people.
Yeah.
That's the point. It's like, that's why it's so sad. Because she doesn't even know how to love herself.
Because, like, the smallest things will get on my nerves. Like, if a guy calls me boo, like, I don't like that word. So I'm not going to text you back. Like, I promise I can be
Gentlemen, take notes.
Yeah, don't call me that. Like,
Angel Saunders, don't call her boo.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, the smallest thing, like, if I really like you, then I'll get past it, or maybe I'll just ask you not to call me that. But, like, if it's early on and you're calling me something, like a little nickname that I don't like, I'm probably just not going to respond. So that's why I really just, I don't know. I don't understand how you even like that many people.
But that's the thing. I don't think she likes them. I think she's just trying to teach herself how to love herself through other people loving her.
My mind's telling me no.
Hey.
The kitty cat is telling me yes.
The kitty cat?
The kitty cat is screaming hallelujah. Yes.
Lord.
And Dolores apparently needs to step up her game.
Yes.
Speaking of Dolores, I mean, Dolores and David, y'all, they might be my favorite, like, situation, because we, like you said, like, who? And I was so happy today when Frank and David had dinner together, because it's like David's finally on a show, and I was wondering, does, like, how David was talking about when he had dinner with Frank, they were talking about delivering babies and how he was, like, busy at work and stuff. I'm like, is David really that busy? Because some people are really career driven and focused on work. So is it like he's super busy that he can't commit, or does he just not like the fact that Frank is around so much, so he distances his own self? Because, like, honestly, that would bother me. Like, Dolores and Frank are super close. Even, like, today, she called him, I think, her soulmate, or, like, my life partner. I love you. And, like, he's like, either I'm going to stay in the house with you or you're going to move in with David. Like, how do you stay in the house with her and she's in a relationship and y'all are exes? Like, I don't understand it. I don't like it.
Look, at first I didn't like it too much, but I understand it now. They have kids together, they have chemistry together, but I don't think either one is sexually interested in the other.
I think they are.
What?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think they're sexually attracted. I think
yeah.
there's just too much history there for them to deny the chemistry, but on a friendship level.
Yeah.
But do I see them seducing each other and going in the room like, are you sleeping? No.
Ooh.
I don't see that.
I got these candles going. But I will say that I can appreciate that David is upfront about his career, and he says his first love is his career. As we all know as hosts, you have to put that first.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if the person that you're with isn't helping you to put that first and helping put you on, and you're not giving that back to them, no matter what it may be. They may want to be a baker, they may want to be a chef. You got to put them on just as much as they put you on. And maybe Dolores isn't putting him on as much with his career, you know, like maybe running by the hospital every now and then and dropping him off lunch or something special or something homemade.
Create that wife role for yourself.
Yeah. But they also said how Dolores, like, had that tough love, so maybe she doesn't know how to care for David. I don't know, but as Bree said, who? And it's like, well, he's not ever there. Even like last episode, we saw when they were the girls were in Jamaica and the guys all got together. It was Frank, not David. Like, the guys of the show were hanging out together, and here's David, who's actually dating one of the housewives. And was he even invited?
I'm sure he was invited.
I don't think he was.
But I think it's also important to point out the fact that Dolores said she's very content with where she is with David. And I get to hear her say, I'm happy. I get excited when I see him. He's so sexy. He's this, he's that. All she ever talks about is David and his work. And that goes to show the type of partner she is in a relationship, where she's quick to settle because that's the easier path to take. And I'm telling you this right now, baby girl, if you don't tell a man to move, he's going to stand right where he is.
And bloop. That's why I want to tag team in right quick, because because even Frank said that he doesn't think Dolores always speaks her mind. She might be saying publicly, "Oh, I love this about David. I love he's so career driven." Because guess what? You putting on that front. You on TV. You don't want to look embarrassed at who? Exactly. Who's David?
We've all been that person that's talked about our spouse, and then we gotta lay next to them like, ooh, I feel stupid.
I know, exactly. And Frank even said when he was with Dolores, he would always go out on his boat, and she hated that, but she didn't say anything, so he would still do it. So is Dolores really content, or is she trying to save face?
Well, here's the thing too. I feel bad at the fact that you said that if you don't tell a man to jump, he's not gonna jump.
If they love you, if they have sense.
If any man has ever done that to you guys, I personally apologize on all behalf of men, because you should never have to tell a man to jump.
You shouldn't have.
Can you bring us some wine?
I got you.
You shouldn't have.
I'm gonna jump for you.
But that's a serious fact that you shouldn't.
You should not have to tell your person. We live in a society where we're so misconstrued to believe that someone else is going to complete us. You complete me. No, if you're not coming at the table with your whole self, that means that you're not ready for a relationship. Exactly. You two should be complete together and complement each other and bring each other to even higher points after you're already at your highest point. You shouldn't have to build someone up from being already that's tore down. Because you don't need projects in something. You should already be complete and ready to go.
And that's exactly why every relationship should be a partnership.
Yeah.
It's 50-50 equal.
I very much agree
like
with that.
Dolores and David.
They should put me on a podcast or something. They should put us on a podcast.
That's funny. No, like Dolores and Frank have a partnership with their construction. Yeah. I don't know. But I mean, there's a lot of couples on the show, lots of drama. And we saw some huge drama with Joe tonight. Let's start this way. Russell, what you think?
You know what? Man, it's rough because you want to root for the guy, but at the end of the day, he's been here so many years. And sometimes you got, like you said, you should already be jumping. You have a family, you have a wife, like you're already on your fourth child. You need to get your ducks in a line.
At the first child, why didn't he get his citizenship and stuff?
Exactly.
And that's what Teresa's dad was saying.
Yeah.
And I can only feel bad for someone so far. I think my heart goes out more to the kids, because kids can't control the situation within their parents, whether it's a divorce or a fight. Children are innocent, and they're going to do whatever they can to survive, because children are survivors, whether we want to believe it or not. And Joe really needs to take the rap for this. He's only taken it so far, and watching the interview between Andy and Teresa, he only takes so much credit for doing wrong. But at the end of the day, you have to stand in your truth. If you don't stand in your truth as a person, this is going to be a way bigger effect down the line, especially because Adriana is so young. She's only, 10 years old, going on 11 probably now. And for 4 or 5 years, her dad has not been part of her life. You got to get it together.
She might not even remember certain things. Yeah, she didn't remember the trips and things like that. It's like, Dad who?
It's sad because now Teresa might meet someone else, and then she's going to have a stepdad who's going to have more memories with her than her own dad.
I'm glad that you brought that up, because this also paints another picture for Teresa, because you see a lot that she's fighting for Joe, but she's always saying the girls need their dad in their life, all this other stuff, but she never says, I want my husband. Yeah. And you see that she's completely checked out from Joe in the romance department just as a husband, because he has failed her.
Yeah.
Once you fail as a father to me, you fail as a husband.
So,
and I can't help but wonder, would Joe be putting himself in financial ruin had this been the other foot? If Teresa was
That's a fair point.
there, would Joe be the one stressing himself and willing to go back into debt just to keep on going with this legal fight? And I don't see that.
So I have a question, and I might have just like missed this from past seasons. Did Joe, Teresa's husband, ever mess around with other women?
Nothing that came out. Like, no, it wasn't. There were like shady comments and insinuations, but nothing ever solid really came of it.
Because, you know, they are still married, I believe. I don't think they've like filed yet or anything.
Right.
But I understand fully what you're saying about the whole once you fail me as a father, you know, you fail me as a partner. And I can see she's checked out. She is. But she also, we saw in this episode, was getting mad about the girls talking about how she's been seen with another guy and things like that. And I get it. She's checked out. He's been gone all these years, whatever. But if he didn't cheat on her, not even if he didn't, you're still in a marriage.
Well, Teresa said out of her own mouth she believes that Joe has cheated on her, and she said that in front of his face to Andy. He asked Teresa if she believed that Joe has cheated on her while she was away, and Teresa said yeah. And Joe never really addressed that either. It's like, dude, stand in your truth. If you did it, you did it.
He's a man.
If you did
He probably did. I just was wondering if it was ever like how we've seen the pictures of Teresa and stuff.
And I'm not going to say that there's nothing wrong with cheating, but there's something wrong with deflecting and not addressing your true problems. So I believe anything can be worked out as long as you're willing to stand in your truth as a whole and you're willing to address everything that you've done wrong.
Yeah.
But that goes to show the type of man, because Joe is a finesser. Like you see with all these business issues that he has, he's a trickster.
Yeah.
And so he knows that deflecting is not lying. Well, in his mind, it's not lying. So him not saying yes and him not saying no and just like riding the wave and just keeping silent, that's the best job for him because nobody can say, okay, you're lying.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy, and I do feel for the girls, and I don't want to sound like ignorant about deportation and things like that, but at the very least, he's going to Italy. Like, it definitely sucks for the girls because we saw in all their past clips how close they were. Like, they're sitting up there crying. Like, they're really daddy's girls. Like, they really, really love this man, and, you know, rightfully so. That's their dad. But he's not, you know how some people come to America for a better life because, you know, they can't go back home. It's drug wars and the cartel and things like that. I don't think Joe's having any of those problems. If he goes home, I feel like he's going to be at Italian vineyards.
He can figure it out.
He posted on social media how he was having a great time at a christening. By the way, the camera was zoomed in on some woman's booty. She was in a gold dress. Look it up at Joe Giudice. Okay, so there was that. Yeah. But he's out there living his best life. And I think in so many ways, they can make it work. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the girls going to study, all of them, in Italy for maybe 1 year with their dad. That way, if they can have that bond with their dad, they can come back to the States no problem.
Of course they can.
They can go study abroad for a semester.
But I think it's also leaving behind their entire life, their friends, everything they're used to, Nona. Like, you know, he's old. I'm sure they're not going to try to make this man, like, travel across the country and stuff like that. You know, people, you can't fly them like that. And I think, I don't know, they're so connected to family, and then they would have to leave like Joe and Melissa's kids and stuff. That's their cousins.
But they don't have you mean to live or just
like visiting? If they go for a year?
Oh, for a year,
then that's like a lot for them to leave, and they feel like, I guess it's Italian culture more so, because I feel like everyone loves their family, but I don't know, Italians always talking about it's family.
Thick. We're like a pack of wolves. Even if we're not talking and you call on us, we will be there. We will be at somebody's door. Yeah, we will ruin somebody's credit, and I'm still.
Well, it looks like somebody was ruining, I don't know, finances on here. But I'm not one to, you know, gossip and all that. But we do have some tweets.
Yes, we do have some tweets, some messy, nasty tweets. Actually, they weren't
even my favorite segment.
They weren't like as bad. I found some real like little gems that will make you kind of be like, oh, okay. So let's see what we got here first.
I think that was a tweet.
Yes, we do. We got a tweet here knocking at the door. Okay, so at Anthesla, sorry girl, don't know how to say it. It's so weird Dolores can't be friends with Jackie because she doesn't let go of things and is very sensitive, yet she was BFFs with Ziggy, who literally cried for every episode, well, several episodes, over being called soggy.
That was my favorite nickname.
Soggy?
That's
That
one of
was
my favorite
amazing.
ones through all the seasons.
I
amazing.
do feel like
Soggy Flicker.
I feel like Doris was Doris. I feel like Dolores was being extra talking about some Jackie don't let things go because, like I said, Teresa dragged out all last season. You don't send Joe to see his dad. Like
That's her friend. You know she's gonna be biased.
But the whole season, and you got a problem with Jackie, girl.
At Karen's wig line says Dolores is the Marlo of
Wait,
New
I'm
Jersey
sorry.
Housewives.
Karen's wig line.
She attaches herself to alpha females and becomes their guard dog / mouthpiece. First Siggy, now Trey. Bet she'll be Jackie's BFF next season. Forever follower. Speaking of BFFs, if Jackie would have told Trey her net worth, they would have been instant besties. I don't think Teresa would be friends with someone over money.
I don't know. Teresa just, I don't understand what connects her to people anymore.
Bad judge of character.
Exactly.
Our next tweet we have from I Am A. Whitney. I'm sorry for Teresa's family, but it blows my mind that they're shocked. I think rich people often feel the rules. Immigration laws don't apply to them. I'm not saying I agree with the rules, just that they're there.
Yeah.
That's privilege.
I agree. They're like, oh my gosh, she's going to jail. Yeah, he doesn't have citizenship.
Or I can't
And
sit on his lap. I can't touch him.
that was the thing when they went to jail and they were like, I don't understand why I can't talk to daddy as much, or I don't understand why we can't stay on phone, or I can't hug him. He's in jail. Like, duh.
You
like,
lose those rights.
Exactly. Do you know the definition of jail?
At Miss Erica, Dolores is content with David. David is content with Dolores because Frank is picking up the slack in their relationship on both sides. Very true.
And y'all know
That's why it works.
That was mind blowing to me right now.
That's why
that
it
was
works,
a good one.
right?
He probably sleeping with her too.
No, don't say that.
No.
Frank,
I
know
think
you follow
Dolores
me,
has
and
too
I'm
much-
so sorry that Angel's talking about you.
Hey, why you said my name? They got the thing up. They can't see
She
us
has
right
so
now.
much loyalty to do that. Okay, at Big Bad Zach said, I understand Teresa fighting for Joe to stay here for the kids, but how long are we going to act like it's okay for her to spend all that hard-earned money on him when he is the reason they're in the mess, all this mess in the first place? And this is the thing. Teresa tried to say that, oh, well, I've been in debt before. I've had to pay taxes back before. Why would you put yourself back in that for your husband with 4 kids, one on their way to college, and then the youngest one, she might need braces. Braces are expensive, people.
I mean, I want to know how supportive was Joe when Teresa was going through her issues, because
I mean, he did hold it down for the kids, but I don't know if he really was there emotionally for her.
Yeah. Oh, that was
He's
that
not
was
a very
all.
emotional person, Joe.
That's the Italian way, I guess. Same way Dolores
Like,
and
that's what
Teresa
I was gonna say.
were raised.
That is what I was gonna say, but I know we also have some news. Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. And it's actually focused around Danielle, believe it or not. Even though
I
she was
can't
not
believe
part
it.
of this
It's
gonna be
episode,
juicy.
there's a
little
lot
bit.
going on with her. Okay?
Speakerphone.
AfterBuzz TV
Yes.
News.
So Danielle and Teresa are officially no longer friends, according to Hollywood Life. And Melissa's actually really happy about this. She stated to Hollywood Life that she's very happy that Teresa has seen the light, or the source said that Melissa's very happy that she's seen the light with Danielle and seen who she really is. Teresa and Danielle, so this is the problem. They both made allegations against each other. Neither one of them wanted to budge because, you know, Teresa's stubborn and, you know, Danielle's a victim and she's also stubborn. And they have not reached out to each other. They will not speak to each other, which is why Danielle is not doing press and refusing to doing press with the other girls because she wants no contact whatsoever to do with Teresa. Now, Danielle's focus has shifted from Housewives, as she was taking advantage of the first couple episodes, to exploiting her daughter's bakery business. I checked it out, actually, and her daughter, Jillian, is a baker, and she does a really, really good job. She has really good cakes,
But do they taste good? They might be pretty.
they might be dry. But Danielle's also trying to maybe work up a possible book deal on a cookbook, and her...
Of her daughter's recipes?
No. So her daughter has her own thing, but Danielle's trying to
also do the same.
Do the same thing and trying to
Like
have her
Teresa.
15
Right.
minutes of fame, and it's called Danielle Staub's Kitchen. Now,
That doesn't even flow.
here's really the mind-blowing moment for me is that out of all the girls that follow Danielle on social media, still is Dolores.
Really?
Dolores follows her, and they're still friends for each other on Instagram, which is really weird to me. I don't connect the dots there.
You know, it might be weird to us because we're millennials and we take social media very seriously. But Dolores might just
not even notice.
She's like, you know what? I'll follow you on social media, but I'll see you on the street and I'll walk right past you like I never met you before.
I mean,
because I have that type of energy.
But Dolores isn't that old, and MySpace came out how many years ago?
No, but I'm saying she might not care. She might not care that much.
That's true. But you know Dolores had a top 8. Okay, and so you know,
but she
Danielle should not be there.
Top 8's caused drama.
They really did though.
You took me out of your top,
and then move you to the same position.
They have the order. It's not even just the top 8. It's who's number 1. Like you literally purposely put them as number 1.
I dated someone and they were so mad at the fact that I had my siblings first. Like they're my siblings, and I have them in order, like oldest sister, older brother, sister that's right above me. Like, get your life. But that was really mind blowing to me that Dolores and Danielle are still friends on Instagram, considering Dolores is really protective over Teresa, and she always called Danielle your friend.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't follow her. Maybe she forgot. Maybe we should add her. Let her know.
Or we should not block her.
Yeah. Well,
I think your 50 minutes of fame is up. It's done. Sorry, girl. You gotta leave the table.
Is that what you have for news?
Yes.
All right, we are wrapping it up. But before we go, we got to talk about predictions.
Your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, let's start with Jersey Girl Bree.
Okay, my prediction is that Danielle and Teresa, the beginning of the downfall of their relationship is going to start because of this whole thing that Teresa spread about her and Marty. And I think Melissa is still going to pursue this pregnancy thing. I think that's going to be her hyped up storyline for this season. I think it's going to be very boring.
Dang.
I think we're going to see a connection between Jackie and Dolores. Unexpectedly, but in a good way.
I could see that.
And with that, I think Teresa's going to have another table flipping moment. It may not be an actual table that she's going to flip this time with Danielle, but I think she's going to have a table flipping moment where she's just going to blow a fuse, and it's really going to set Danielle off, which is even going to set Teresa off more, and I cannot wait for those gloves to come off.
I think that Margaret and Teresa are eventually going to get into it because we saw a lot of little nitpicking on the trip. And Margaret, I feel like she was doing a lot at the dinner when she was like, because she's a psycho, she's an idiot, whatever. I don't remember the exact words that she was calling Danielle. Yeah, she was just, we get it, you don't like her, but I don't know. She was doing a lot this trip, and I feel like 12 years later, SpongeBob voice, Teresa's is gonna like click in Teresa's brain. Oh, wait a minute, she was being rude. Like I think that's gonna happen. I also would like for Dolores, not even would like, but I think it would be interesting for Dolores and Jackie to like mend out their issues because one, they got along in the beginning. That's why I was shocked, just like Jackie was when Dolores was like, we're not that good of friends. I was like, really? Because y'all was cool. So
but with all the press that they've been doing, Dolores has actually been really vocal about Jackie in a good way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think that we'll see them bond. I think people are going to press Dolores a little bit more about her relationship with who?
You ain't getting a ring.
I don't know.
You're not getting it.
We might see. That might be the finale.
That's true.
We shall see. You know they keep secrets because they're excited with pregnancy or whatever it is.
Oh,
Melissa
we're
said.
pregnant with the show. We're pregnant with the
Exactly.
Girl, with the
That
show.
was the dumbest save I've ever heard
We're
in my
engaged with the show.
We're engaged with the show. Oh, we're engaged with Andy.
We're expecting the show.
Yeah.
It's a girl. The show's a girl. Shut up. That blew me. Shut up.
I mean, that's all she could think of, like, on her feet. It was hilarious. It was the worst save ever in history, but it gave us something to laugh at. So with that, we will be back next week. And I will see you guys later. You can find me on social media, more specifically Instagram at Angel Saunders.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamB_Cheyenne, ChiaNne.
And you can find me all over the internet at Russell Ray Silva and RussellRaySilva.com. Bye.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.